now, boss.
Well, good morning. And it's time for to wake up Wilmington. And we'll be right back.
We're back. You're back.
September 23rd. We're back again today for Tuesday.
Tuesday all day, folks.
We got Rick and Joe.
We miss you too, Michelle. Even if you didn't come down to my emergency room
fiasco.
I was in his emergency room. Michelle pretended to be in his emergency room. I'll try. I don't blame you, Michelle. I'm on your side.
Well, he's alive and well.
Yes, he's kicking.
So,
alive and
he's kicking. So
you're talking
he's
well.
He's good. Well,
sort of like
there's a difference between being well and agreeable.
He's like a steak that's well done.
And I'm still back behind the television. Yesterday we tried moving the mic back, but we were getting once again I don't know why we get this interference. I'm gonna have to do some experimentation here. It may be that it's too close to the transmitter.
Did you hear it later when you're watching the thing or something?
We're getting static.
A little bit of feedback.
Moving the microphone over here, we have some issues.
No, we know where the static came from over there.
But I could actually get I could get some. I have some other wireless mics. I spent like $800 on upstairs.
You know, if you'd just kept your mouth shut, there'd have been no static.
Well, that's true, but that's what we're trying to do with you.
Yes.
We're going to bring in one of those ball gags for you.
I'm going to put
one of those straps around your neck.
I've been fine so far.
What color do you want? You want a red ball or a black ball?
You haven't heard anything from me yet. Very bad.
So that's why I'm going to have to put my earplugs in this afternoon or this morning.
Very quiet.
So how's Jerry been?
Good.
Good.
Can you guys hear each other? You're so far apart.
I am looking. Tell you, I'd like to save an ear.
We were in a semicircle.
Yeah, I saw.
It was nice, but you could see Jerry rather than hear him over here.
Oh my!
I'm
looking forward.
We're busy over here. Do you mind?
Can I cut his string off so his chatty catty string will make him be quiet?
Don't pull a string.
Well, Rick, to answer your question, I've been doing good. I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to be with you guys Thursday and Friday this week. I'm gonna kill him.
I know. He's going to South Carolina.
I'm going to give him a Gibbs slap.
I'm going down to North Carolina.
Yep, I heard you yesterday.
Well, you can't go down to North Carolina. You got to go down to South Carolina. If he goes to South Carolina, you go to North Carolina. That's up.
It's up.
Over. It's over.
Yeah, it's kind of.
That's better than my granddaughter who lives in South Carolina always says, "I'm going to go down to see you, Grandpa, up here." I'm like, "No, you're coming up here."
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yes.
Other than that, everything's been going pretty good?
Yeah, hey, I'm ready for this weekend. Downtown Wilmington is going to be a fiasco, folks, just to let you know. Wilmington College's homecomings, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Massey, Bland, and Wilmington all have their homecoming games this weekend.
Wow.
Plus, we're down to 17, 18 seats for Foreigner Journey for Saturday night.
Wow.
So parking will be at a premium, folks. So if you got something going on, you better get here early. I'm glad I made my reservations at the General Denver the 1st of August.
Yeah,
Because it's
even Miami Tracy's got
homecoming. Yeah, I saw. It wasn't marked on the schedule, but I figured with their next 2 games being on the road, this would be their homecoming game. You know, it's hard to believe we're already in week 6 of high school football.
I know, it is.
It's crazy.
But it's nice to see Miami Tracy 5-0.
Yes, it is.
So now
They're ranked 4th in their division.
Yeah, I've got some of that down there.
so
Yes.
you say your reservations at General Denver.
Yes.
Okay. Are you staying in town, or are you just having
I'm
food?
just going to go eat before the concert.
Okay, I thought maybe you were staying in town, not going to drive all the way back.
No. I don't drink any adult beverages, so I'm safe that way, Jerry. No, it's just going to be a fun-filled weekend, you know.
Lots going on.
Yeah, I'll be over there, and I'll probably pop back over here about 6 o'clock to meet the people as they come in and hand out our brochures we have and talk to them, because usually when you get that many people in here, you've got some first-timers who have never been in the Murphy
yeah.
before.
That many people
And they
coming in.
walk in and they're just sort of amazed with the lobby when you come in the chandeliers. They walk into Charlie's, they're like, this is fabulous,
Yeah,
you
people
know,
don't realize what a gym
what the
place
hidden gym is in Wilmington. So, yeah. So, it's going to be fun-filled. That is for sure.
So, we only have just a few seats available.
18, no side-by-sides. Everything is... The funny thing is, there's a bunch of them that are same seat, different row in front of each other.
Right straight in a row.
Yeah.
They're
so,
on down on the right side.
yeah,
going
there's a
in.
few still in the middle. So, you know, if you're coming with a friend, you can still get one seat in one row, and the next row behind you, you can still get the same seat, which is very weird.
Yeah, I thought that was strange too. I
Oh.
saw that on the seating chart.
Yeah, so it's a good one. And then was it Hot Fuzz on Friday night?
Yeah, what is that about?
I don't know. I read the trailer and it said it's a big town cop who's used to all the action rolling into a small community that has no action.
Sounds like woman.
Yeah, so I don't know what the movie's all about. I know what somebody said was what rated R and moderate violence or something to it. So who knows?
Sounds like my kind of movie.
Yeah, it does.
Thanks, Kevin.
So it will be.
Kevin, you're on my side. Thank you.
I saw something new was added in there in the latest one, a free thing for Saturday, October the 4th. Did you see it's a puppet show.
No,
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
it was on the marquee when I
What kind of puppet show? Like
Puppet.
it was on the marquee when I went out front. That's what I was looking at when I saw
sock
it.
puppet?
No, it's we talked about it at our programming meeting last night. I can't remember what, but it is like a children's
Yeah,
show.
So it's for kids.
Yes,
yeah, it's for kids.
Yes.
And it's well, I'll just kind of give you what it says here. It says, join us for 2 fabulous fun puppet shows, Saturday, October the 4th, 5 p.m. The Fabulous Fairy Tale Show, followed by Spooky Tales, and that's with Squint and Melly.
Wifey's online there, right?
Hey, morning, Steffi.
And it says that
Good time she gets to say hi to you.
it looks like they're going to have a puppet making workshop at 2
Puppet
o'clock.
making?
Mm-hmm.
Before it starts.
Right, at 2 o'clock. You got to call Murphy for to reserve a spot in the
For that.
in the puppet making. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot
Something for the kids
going
for
on,
free.
trying to keep the kids involved and stuff. Yeah.
Sounds like something you'd really be interested in there, Rick.
Well, I've got games. I'd be here if I didn't have games. You know, got 2 volleyball matches that I'm going to have to cancel because I just with the stuff that I've got to look at what I'm going to do with the car as far as the battery. The battery was dead the other day.
Yeah.
Can anybody donate Rick a car battery, please?
Well, no, I've got a battery in the car now because I have 2 cars the same model, and I switched.
I know
out
I've got to
the-
jump it
but
for
whether
you.
it actually holds a charge, I don't know.
Oh, sounds like the alternator.
Well, it is the battery. Well,
The other battery.
I'm not going to say for sure because you don't know for sure, but I think it is the battery. But because the other battery was swollen, so
Oh, that's not good.
No.
we were going to have Joe pull it out so that
Yeah.
it exploded, it would be in his face.
It's
Because it would do no damage.
ooh.
So what was you getting ready to go into there just a minute ago before I interrupted you with the Murphy thing, the puppet show? You were getting ready to
Oh,
say it.
no. I mean, it's funny with the Reds playing as well as they are. Usually this time of year, the Reds are in the rearview mirror and the Bengals are in the windshield. This year, it's vice versa. You got 3 games against the Pirates, so they just swept the Cubs, which they seem to play down to their opponents. I could see them losing 2 games, at least 1 game to the Pirates, and then they got to go to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's already clinched the division. I think we'll win 1 or 2 at Milwaukee and take a couple from the Pirates and not being swept except by the Dodgers all year long.
So where do we think that puts them at the end of the season?
They'll be the last playoff team. I mean, they've got the tiebreaker with the Mets and everybody else from not being swept.
Them in Arizona got the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
So you think they'll make it in?
Yeah, I do. And then, they're asking for people to pack the stadium.
Yeah.
They were even doing a special today there are some specialty seats for $8. But then, of course, you got your $4 beers, your $2 hot dogs, and your $1 ice cream cups. So they're trying to get people down there for this weekend or this week to pack the stadium. The last home game Thursday is an afternoon game. So yeah, I think it'll make it. It's at least they're in the hunt. They're in the talk.
Yeah.
We're not in the basement as always.
Right.
But what's funny was a couple places have already started to discount their Bengal jerseys. One place has already knocked them down 30%.
Oh my.
So, and after Jake Browning's thud against my Vikings on Saturday or Sunday,
That was not pretty, was it?
no. And then they got to go to Monday Night Football and play the Broncos. And I'm sure ABC isn't very happy with this. With
Between the Broncos and the
Yeah, they were really
Bengals,
looking for a nice matchup.
yeah, they were looking for Knicks against Burrows. So, and maybe Browning can come back out of his 1-game funk and see what happens.
Burrow was back in the locker room yesterday.
Yeah. The surgery is simple, but it's just the rehab.
Yeah, right.
They say he's
That
got
they
to
say-
miss the next 2 games though because they're away and he's not allowed to follow the team. He has to stay.
Yeah, if you're on the IR, you're not technically allowed to travel with the team.
I'd heard that they were actually thinking of the Bengals joining the lingerie league, at least for the rest of this season.
I'd still rather watch the Bengals than the Browns, so I'm okay.
We're good.
Well, the Browns, their record's a little better, isn't it?
They squeaked by a team the other day with their full team. We don't have our full
sounds
team.
like
They get their
grapes
full
to me.
team and still.
Yeah, they
Squeaked by.
barely squeaked by the Packers kicking that last second field goal.
Yeah.
They have a pretty decent team, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting. So
Well, I mean, Burrow could come back, but I think he's going to be in Dallas, so it won't matter. Just to keep everybody excited.
Rick
Rick's got to keep the rumors
yeah.
going. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that with my underground parking garage.
well, which unfortunately will never happen in Wilmington. I don't
Rick
look.
and his underground anything.
Trevor in yesterday. Trevor's keeping that a secret.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's keeping the location of that secret.
Yeah. Well, I did see they finally.
It is protected.
Yeah, they finally did break ground for the Waffle House.
Yes.
Yes.
And
That's coming along quick.
yeah, and it's coming along faster than Wawa,
Yeah, we
Now,
know.
where's that going to be?
right beside Gold Star,
Right beside Gold Star.
and between Gold Star and the bowling alley, that little lot.
Okay.
Yeah, they broke a lot of ground. And they've got some decent stuff going on already. So
That's about where
we're
the
moving on up in the world,
swimming pool used to
getting
be.
the the JR was it?
Well, there's a lot of
that-
construction. The
If
economy
it's out,
is.
it's beside between Skyline and.
The bowling alley.
Okay.
It's not a
Because you
very-
guys are saying Gold Star and all that.
No,
Wait a minute.
Skyline.
Yeah,
It's
he said
Skyline.
Gold Star.
Did I say Gold Star? Okay, Skyline.
Okay, Skyline.
Yeah, it's not a very big lot, so I don't know how big the Waffle House is going to be. But hey,
Well,
we've got a Waffle House.
They aren't very.
They're very compact inside.
So, I mean, it'll be busy.
Oh yeah.
When it opens, it'll stay.
It'll
busy.
be.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I'm assuming it's going to be open.
I would go. I would expect
Yeah.
24/7, especially with Amazon and Airborne. And
Wawa's the same. Wawa's usually open.
well, if they make them do what they did with the one in Englewood, it's not. Inglewood got a Wawa, and they made them close. They got to close by 1, and they actually put a rider in there that they have to have at least 2 or 3 employees from 3 till it closes. This way, they're trying to make it not 24 hours, so the truck drivers don't stay all night in the parking lot. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen with this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, the truck drivers will just stay at Walmart.
Walmart, yeah.
Well, Walmart doesn't let them stay.
Oh, only
Not as much anymore. I don't
no,
think.
not unless you've got like not unless you made a late delivery with them or something like that. You could probably hang out, but the Quick Trip up there by Jeffersonville, that's coming along real nice. That's a nice looking
saw that.
That's a nice looking gas station.
Yeah, and we're going to get a quick trip here as well. There's supposed to be one out by the interstate.
Is that what's going out there now? Or Wawa
71
was going?
and 71 and 73.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, because I know all the places sold all the barns and all the sheds and stuff. They're down to like 5 sheds are left, but that whole area is all cleared out
That's,
now, so I can
that's
see.
where the next big gas station
So I
is
can
supposed
see
to go in.
I can see that happening.
Well, they're talking about the flea market closing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a shame. You wonder what's going to happen with that property.
The only problem, well, I can't see. I would think that they would just convert the rest of those metal buildings to store lots or something like
Yeah,
that. But you know, when you get all that traffic from the flea market, and then you add the traffic like in the fall when we're doing
with the Renaissance, and
Fest,
then
that's a lot of traffic.
and then the Sauerkraut Festival. So yeah,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
all that's 73's the.
It really.
I'd like to stay off of 73 to that time. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. We made the mistake last year of just taking a trip and went down to a restaurant in Centerville called G's, and I decided to bring 73 home. Forgot about the Renaissance Festival. Crossed the top of that hill right there, and we stopped. About 5 minutes later, I look in my rearview mirror. Here comes a guy flying over top of it. He crams his brakes on. He goes in the other lane so he doesn't hit us. So then we made the mistake of making a left on some side road to try to get out of there, and we were catching the back lot out of the Renaissance Festival it had traffic all backed up. So we got over to 380 finally in the center and came home. But yeah, when that happens, 73's a mess.
Well, they tried to help it some by you have to order your tickets
Online.
You can't buy
Yeah,
tickets
they
there.
cap the attendance so you just they don't overflow the attendance
But
or
I just
anything
wonder
like
how
that.
many people they get that come in there that don't realize that.
Right.
They get there and they find out, oh, I can't buy a ticket because I had to get it in advance.
Yep, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to volleyball over the weekend, and I forgot about it. And I got all the way out to the light right there at 71, and the first light you come to at 380. And I sat there at one spot because there was a cop bringing people off the interstate, and they were bringing them like 30, 40 cars. And then I realized even if he starts moving our lane, we can't go nowhere because
it's still back
they're
there.
not even going over the bridge.
Well,
so I just turned and left and went by Clinton Massey High School and went down Wilmington Road to enter 71.
Yeah, that was what happened this weekend at Kings Island. Halloween Haunt was crazy Friday night.
Was it?
I got there at 3:15, gate 3:15. But of course, you got to go by White Castle and get you some sliders and eat those while you're in the parking lot or in the gate.
Yeah, if you're down there, you gotta
Traffic was. I was the 10th car from the gate, so I know I went that front row handicap parking spot. By 4 o'clock, it was backed up onto Kings Island Drive. By almost 5 o'clock, it was backed up across 71, and traffic getting off the exit going southbound was backed up on the interstate. Kings Island Drive was backed up to I can't think of the name of that exit on 71 you get off of.
48.
No, it's right there. It's the first exit past Field Zertle. I can't think of it right now, but it was.
It's not Mason Montgomery.
No, this Kings Island Drive runs off of it. But it was backed
Yeah, it
up.
runs off at an angle.
Yeah, and it was backed up. So finally, about 5 o'clock, they finally opened up the parking lot. They opened up the gate to get you into the main entrance because it was so backed up, and they actually opened up the park itself about 5:20 because there were so many people in that place. It was crazy.
They haven't had that at Kings Island for the regular thing.
Yeah.
Forever, you know.
So yeah, so Halloween Hunt's a very, very big deal down
Oh,
there
yeah.
now.
Really,
Halloween's almost surpassing Christmas's decorations and
seriously.
the parties and
Especially in
everything.
Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know
they
whether it's
have-
all the weirdos
I-
here.
I think they have a better attendance for the haunt than they do Winterfest.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even though people were complaining about having to pay the extra $10 for all the mazes, or the $15 for the new one, but if you buy the $25 one, you get to go through all the mazes all you want, and then the new one you only got to go through once. So the lines were down a little bit on Friday night for the mazes, but the rides were packed, so it was good. It was a little too warm because the fog wasn't hanging around where you could really scare people coming out of it or stuff. But me being in a wheelchair, I was scaring people left and right anyway because I roll out of the fog and they're not used to seeing somebody there. They get scared, they back up, they have a seat, you know, they're like, "Where'd you come from?" I said, "I've been sitting here all the time. What do you mean where I come from?" So yeah, I always enjoy Halloween Haunt.
You need to get a recording of a big truck that you can put on there and hit the button.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure.
I gotta get down there and get my
Picture taken?
get my
Your
my
pass.
pass validated. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a good time.
Fast now.
My renewal was 99. I
Or
think
Silver Pass or
gold.
So
Gold.
now, do they have something where, like, if you've been a pass holder,
Yeah, it's like a
you
fist.
keep renewing it?
You
still
see,
get a
you,
better
yeah,
deal?
yeah,
You
you
get
save like
discount.
$15 a year.
And I hadn't had mine in probably 10 years. And
They still gave you the price?
no, mine was. I was trying to remember what mine was.
Well, of course,
I got the drink pass. With
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
I don't know. I think I was 140, 145. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
the
Gold
drink-
Pass, that's what it was this summer. I
the
think.
the drink pass though is nice because I think you can get something to drink like every 90 minutes.
Yeah, they shortened the time.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. That's like I thought about the food pass because I like to eat. But the thing of it was, I thought, will I go that much to
Justify, you can buy the
Because-
one day. It costs you a little more, but still.
When I was up and down 71th past there when I was working in Cincinnati, I used to stop there and eat on the way home.
Yeah.
I wasn't married. I just,
One of the few times he was American.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, a lot of
You've probably been married more than you've been not married, huh?
oh yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm on that Kings Island season pass Facebook group, and there's a lot of people who will live in that area who have the food.
There's some good food in it.
Yeah, oh yeah, there is,
Yeah.
and they'll stop in for lunch or stop on the way home and ride a couple rides and get their food and head on home.
I have. I know when Flight of Fear.
Oh
that's
yeah,
The inside.
yeah, the inside one, yes.
When that opened up, I had one of the first ride tickets.
wow.
I got one of those, and I went down there, and I rode that ride, went out, got in my car, and went home. That's the only thing I went for.
That was it?
I went to ride that ride. That
The
was
last
all I
two
went for.
times I've been there, I wanted to ride Flight of Fear. Hadn't rode it in a while, so we got in line, and then they closed it down.
While you were in line?
While I was in line, they came out and said, "Sorry, it's being closed. They're doing something." And so last year we went down and we were in line to go to that, because they had the newest, the big tall one. Orion was closed down, and so we all jumped in to go inside, and all of a sudden we're moving up, and it's moving sort of slow, and all of a sudden they said, "Hey, Orion's opening back up." My daughter said, "Let's go." We jumped out of line.
Orion,
We got to
head back.
Orion. I rode Orion, the tallest ride there, but we never went back to Flight of Fear. When we got done, we walked by it, and it's like, because the line started to get longer again,
I haven't been to Kings Island for a couple decades.
and
Been a while.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. It's it's the same thing year after year. I mean, the some of the shows change a little bit. At least they did renew the contract with the Peanuts character, so we're not losing Snoopy and the Peanut character since
Snoopy.
Cedar Fair bought them out. So that's a good thing.
What do you think about the Phantom of the Opera?
I'm ready for that to come back. that's nice. I'm
So
really
they're bringing it back?
yeah. They closed down Boo Blasters,
Ooh, blast.
and then they're
I've hurt my
redoing.
feelings, man.
Then they're redoing that and bringing back the other one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Talking about Kings Island being the same all the time. The thing that really makes, get on a coaster down there at night.
Oh yeah, a night ride is crazy.
You ride in the daytime, it's one thing, but when you ride at night,
Oh yeah,
it's a different
When,
world.
when I
and
married
then-
my wife, the best ride I loved was the Beast. Always loved the Beast. My son and I, and two of my sons and my daughter, we'd get up, getting ready to go over the top, and it would shut down sometimes. And you're looking down, and you're just looking around, and we'd go. But I loved the Beast all the time. Well, my wife, the only time she ever rode it was at night. She got off the ride. She goes, "I'll never ride that again," because it's a totally different ride.
I think most any of the rides are.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It's just the whole atmosphere changes after a night at Kings Island. Yeah.
All right, let's take a break.
Take a break.
Welcome to downtown Wilmington, Ohio, the place to be. Experience something new with your family and friends in this vibrant and family-friendly historic district. When it comes to dining, shopping, and entertainment, downtown Wilmington has it all. From quick bites to high-end diners, we have a variety of food options to satisfy your taste buds. Explore our artisan boutique shops, jewelers, and florists for unique finds. Pamper yourself with soothing spa treatments, rejuvenating massages, and stylish haircuts at our top-notch studios. Dive into the world of art with our captivating galleries. And catch a show at the historic Murphy Theater, featuring awe-inspiring performances and cultural events. Immerse yourself in history by visiting our iconic landmarks, such as the Murphy Theater, historic General Denver Hotel, our Cultural History Center, and beautifully preserved historic architecture. Throughout the year, Main Street Wilmington hosts a variety of exciting events that embody the spirit of our town. From the Hometown Holodazzle Illuminated Parade to the family-friendly Halloween event and our lively wine walk, there's always something fun happening. Additionally, the Convention and Visitors Bureau presents a summer concert series featuring the annual Rock the Block, and we also have our weekly farmers markets. We boast a designated outdoor refreshment area where you can purchase alcoholic beverages and carry them as you explore the town. So what are you waiting for? Plan your next weekend getaway in downtown Wilmington. Head over to mainstreetwilmington.com for all the latest updates on events, dining, shopping, and entertainment. Downtown Wilmington, Ohio is the place to be. We extend our gratitude to Ralph's American Grill, World Equestrian Center, and R&L Carriers for their sponsorship that supported the creation of this video.
The final resting place haunted junkyard is located at 988 Polk Road in Sabina, Ohio. Our hours of operation are 8 to 12 of midnight Friday and Saturday nights through the month of October. Our opening weekend is the last weekend of September.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, the perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Oh, there you go, Joe.
Roller Haven. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. That's what's up there. He said it's coming up, but it's not there. I started.
Off the screen.
It's dead air. Finally. Car Express. Keep moving. 740-248-5300. Troy Bach. Go to Troy Bach for your new car, used car, and if you need a car, and if he doesn't have what you're looking for on the lot, he'll find one for you. Go see Troy Bach at Washington Courthouse, right across from Washington Courthouse City Schools.
Then you get your pizza and grab you some wits.
That's it.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Joe, you were talking about, right, did you ever ride the Son of Beast?
Yes, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It shook the heck out of you. But at that time, I loved it. I would not ride it today.
Did you ride it with the loop in when the loop was in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Take the loop out.
They took it out after some folks. I really think if Kings Island's people built that. If they would have had the firm that built the Beast build it, I think it would have lasted. It would have been a lot better coaster.
I think I rode it with the loop. I rode it without the loop. But when I rode it with the loop, my wife and I rode it. We wound up going to their emergency.
Because you're back?
Oh, no. Her legs, she got the bar came down and tightened. And oh, my God, she had bruises on her leg. It was terrible. Oh, yeah. It was bad.
Nah, we made the mistake one year. Remember when they used to have grad night?
Yes.
Well, Buddy and I, we sat out there in the parking lot and had some Little Kings and Little Millers before we went in. So what we do, first ride we jump on is the Screaming Demon, the one that went upside down and you went backwards upside down.
Lose their cookies?
Not yet. Then we went and jumped on the racer, and they let us ride it back to back. So that. After the second ride, it was very pleasant for about the next half hour, trying to keep everything in control. But those were the fun nights because we saw Pablo Cruz was the band at our grad night.
There was a ride that was down there that I never got to ride, and it was the Bat. I think it was
The original Bat.
Yeah, the one.
The original Bat didn't last very long because of mechanical problems.
Yeah, it was only there down all the time.
It was only there for about 3 years.
Well, the thing I hated about the original Bat was when I got in there, I'm 6'3". When I got in there, my knee was like up here, and I'm riding it, and it just seemed like it. When I got done, it was like I'm just beat to death.
Yeah, so
the new
I'm
Bat.
picturing this in my mind.
It's bigger for you to
well,
sit.
the new Bat was the Top Gun under Paramount, so that's why there's a bit
Right.
more room in it. So yeah.
Yeah. That was a regular when my kids were growing up. That was a regular. We went all the time.
Yeah, Austin and I went before I got hurt, and I've been going 30 years and rolling that park ever since. So
When my kids were young, I bought season passes for years with them, and what I liked about it was the fact that I was working at the bank at that time, so I got off at noon on Wednesdays, and we'd go down after I got off work.
Yep.
We'd ride 3 rides maybe and go home, and we'd get something to eat while we're there, go home, and the kids were okay because we had season passes. They know we might go back Friday or Saturday, and if somebody from out of state or somebody came to visit, that and on their trip they wanted to go to Kings Island, we already had our pass, so it didn't cost us anything.
The only thing that was bad was my kids complained because I'm like Rick. There was a parking spot right up front in the parking lot, and I wanted that spot.
Yep.
And I would get there early. You know how I am about being early. And I would get there early, and they'd say, "Oh, we gotta go this early." Yep. We gotta go this early.
My kids never. We did that. I was always the first, one of the first ones in the park to get a good parking spot. But my kids were never. They wanted to get there, so they were never upset.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
I missed it when they used to have the train that would roll around and pick you up and drop you off at the main gate. That was cool.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so if I go on a weekend, I try to get there about 4 o'clock on Saturday, and it takes me about 25 minutes for a parking spot to open up.
Yeah.
So
I did the preferred parking once.
Oh, that's a fiasco. That's a fiasco.
It took me longer to get out of that.
Oh yeah.
Than it would if I'd have been out in the
regular lot,
and
for
I'm like,
sure.
Wait a minute.
Not supposed to work that way.
Now I go down and park in the handicap parking and get there early and back up front, so I don't have to walk so far, and it's nice. Even if you're in the back of the handicap, you're still don't have that far to walk compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I just try to get the first row or two, so I don't have to roll up that little hill to get up to there.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
hi,
it's all
Jake.
good.
I see you're on there this morning.
Yes,
Yep,
so I'm
Jay.
early.
So, but anyway, talking about high school football earlier.
Yep.
Like I said, Blanchester's 1-4, and they're taking on the 0-5 Astros this Friday. Of course, Blaine's at home. Massey's 4-1. They're taking on the 2-3 New Richmond ball club. Of course, again, it's Massey's homecoming. Wilmington's 3-2. They're taking on the 0-5 Western Brown Broncos. Wilmington's homecoming. Trace is 5-0, and they're playing the 3-2 Chillicothe. Was it Cavaliers? And for their homecoming, and Courthouse is 3-2. They're at the 2-3 Greenfield Tigers. So, and as Rick mentioned earlier, D3 Region 12, Miami Trace is 4th. I was surprised. I thought Hillsborough was always Division 4, but they're Division 3.
They just changed everything last year.
Yeah, so they're 7th, and then Wilmington and Chillicothe are tied for 9th right now. Division 4, Massey's 9, and Courthouse is 10th. So even though they redid the scheduling somewhat, or not rescheduling, the reseeding for the playoffs, the first four highest ranked teams get the weekend off, and then
they'll play at home.
they'll play at home the following week. So yeah, they dropped from 16 down to 12 teams.
And I think that's better.
Oh yeah, I mean the 1 year of COVID, everybody made it. When you're going 16 teams the last few years, especially in Division I in Cincinnati, you only had 18 teams. So you had 0-4 going against Xavier and Moeller at 9-1 or 10-0.
That's the point of a regular season. It's not going to count.
Right, exactly. So 12 teams is a good number. We'll see what happens, but even though it's still a little early, but the last 3 weeks of the season, everybody starts ramping up, trying to figure out where they're going to be at. But Wilmington and Massey have to worry about this being a trap game because October 3rd is the backyard bash. So they've got to keep their eyes set on this game versus the game October 3rd.
I don't know, since they've moved it, since it's not the last game of the season, is it as popular?
No, and that's something the Southern Buckeyes going to have to redo because the last game of the year was always your rival.
Just like you see over at Trace.
Right.
They always play the blue line.
And you're only taking a 20-minute drive versus the last game of the year. I think Massey might be down at Western Brown. I mean, who wants to drive that for the last game of the year when you got your rivals? So hopefully the Southern Buckeye goes back to your rivals at the very end of the season. So, you got Massey, Wilmington, and East Clinton and Blanchester playing the last game of the year. And you're only driving, it does. You're only driving 20 minutes, half hour to get there versus an hour and a half from Wilmington to New Richmond.
Well, I've never liked the new league and the teams that were in it because they were so spread apart. I mean, I know that, no one wanted to drive to Jackson. I understand Massey to Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Well, Massey to Chillicothe is a drive in itself.
It is. And, but when they put all those teams in that, they changed the league and we're all down on the river, in the wintertime, a basketball game.
Oh, yeah, you're driving.
No, I used to
drive
that
to
all the time,
Felicity or
referee.
Williamsburg or CNE, Bethel Batavia. Excuse me.
You're it's snowy. You got back roads.
Right.
You're down closer to the river. You get a lot more weather.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just not a pretty.
the old SCOL and the old KTC were the best leagues that there ever was.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even when they rebooted the Southern Buckeye or the SCOL and stuff, it was still great because you're still only driving a half hour most of the games.
The irony of the whole thing is the teams that were in the SCOL that were, Fayette County and Clinton County, they still play each other.
Yeah.
So even though they're not in the league anymore, they still have those games. So
And every time I go to those schools, everybody I talk to, even in the school system, they're like, man, we wish we could get the SOL back together. We wish we could get the SOL back together.
Yeah, I mean, the 1 year when they broke it apart, the 1 year is because Massey won back-to-back state champs. And
Wilmington had the basketball.
yeah,
team.
so, and
But I mean, you still got Jackson is fairly dominant.
yeah, and Chillicothe.
So
I mean, at that time, Chillicothe.
One monster for another.
Right.
So
And one monster wasn't that far away compared to driving all the way to Jackson.
well, and for us, you and I, Joe, when we do tournaments, instead of driving, we're driving now, east towards, the convocation center.
Yeah.
Rather than, it was a lot easier just to drive to Cincinnati.
Well, there was no, like we said last year, there's nothing over here where we are that's more than 45-minute drive, no matter where we go over here. at the end of the season. We're over there. Every drive we took in the postseason was Sheridan, which is an hour and a half or 2 hours that way, or it was the Convocation Center, which is way down there. Everything was long drives. It's like over here it was short drives.
Well, and speaking of homecomings, we would be remiss if we did not say that Wilmington College.
Yes.
They play the Polar Bears, Ohio Northern, this Saturday, 1:30, and it will not be on Campus Nation. We will be doing the game, but we will be doing it for Flow Sports.
So you're,
this
are
is
you
a
like
pay-per-view.
okay. So you're like subcontracting?
We're
Right.
subcontracting.
Okay.
So we
They've
will
got
be-
a contract with them, so for us to do the game, we have to do it through Flow
And
Sports.
we've met with Wilmington College, a week ago, Joe?
A week ago.
We're going to be picking up a lot more Wilmington College sports.
Oh, nice.
And so we'll be expanding our coverages and stuff like that. It'll all be through the Flow Sports Network.
Jake sent us a fun fact. Did you see that?
What's that?
He sent us a fun fact about
Who did? Jake?
Jake.
the guy.
The oldest
The guy that plays the Undertaker at Kings Island is the oldest actor in the haunt.
Yeah, he's a character. He is so fun.
Do you see how old he is?
No.
Well, it could be.
You, Joe.
He could be 27 years old and be the oldest actor. Then is he 85? That
No,
makes it
he's
interesting.
He's probably in his mid 60s, maybe late 60s. I mean, I'm just taking a shot
Still a young guy.
he's got all the makeup on. Because I mean, well, and all the younger kids, all the other ones are,
Teenager.
well, most of them are look like they're in their late 20s, early 30s, maybe. So, but they've tamed it down so much over the years. It's really not what it was 15, even 10 years
They
ago.
were scaring people too much, and they had
Well,
to.
they had to pass out the pens.
Well, they when they first brought out the haunt, it wasn't recommended for anybody under the age of 12, 13. Well, then you had people bringing their 2-year-old kids with them, and newborns with them, and the kids were getting scared by the actors and were crying, so the parents were yelling at the actors. So, they just sort of dummied it down to where now there's no age limit. They just sort of say recommended.
Right.
But they've really dummied it down. The fog, they used to have fog where you couldn't see half the park. So I mean,
Didn't they ever have? I've never been to it, so didn't they ever have the things where it's like if you go in here, an age limit, like so that they didn't take the little kids into this one.
No.
They just.
No,
No, they have a daytime thing for
they have a
Yeah, I did go to that one time,
that's
and that
pretty
was very.
cool.
The Haunted Junkyard is now 2 venues, so to speak. They have a house
Right.
that they've done, and then it's the junkyard. We're going to be live from there probably a couple times during the haunt season. I'm not sure when the first week but we'll have to look at our sports schedule. But yeah, we'll be broadcasting live from the Haunted Junkyard probably at the beginning of the season and towards the end of the season. So, everybody that wants to.
I've always heard it's really good. I've not been out there, but I've heard it's really
And
good.
they have what they call, what's that, the chicken seat or something?
Yeah.
Where if you are a chicken, you can wait in that seat while everybody else.
But it goes through it. Yeah, like I said, I live less than a mile from there, so I hear all the noises. On Friday nights when I had the dogs, we'd sit out on the basketball court after a football game, and their ears would just perk up and their heads would go because you could hear the sirens and the screams and everything else, especially when the corn's down and it's a wide open field.
Oh yeah, once the corn's taken down.
Yeah, you can hear everything. Yes.
Your dogs are things just like you on the
We
weekend.
touched on homecoming with Wilmington College. They have now installed almost like a strobe lighting that plays to the music at Wilmington College.
Oh, yeah, that's really
when they
cool.
score like a touchdown or something,
Yeah.
the lights go crazy. They
Oh.
actually put signs up saying that for people that might have epilepsy or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
But you get these wild strobing gyrations.
It was cool, but
It was
unfortunately,
really-
that was
it
going to be the
crazy.
only night game all year, and they forgot to do it until like after halftime.
Yeah. So that and of course there's other games that they play there like soccer and stuff
Right.
like that, and they use the strobe lights a lot more because they're evening games.
Yes.
But that first game that they did with Wooster and
That was really
Wilmington,
cool.
That was a good game.
the first time they did that, I was like, wow, what is this? You know,
Sound like the pros because with all the computer technology and stuff you can do with all these lights nowadays, it's unlimited. It's so cool what they do.
Well, we look forward. I think we're going to have a good relationship with Wilmington College, even though we were kind of concerned at first when we heard that the OAC signed this 5-year contract with Flow Sports.
Right.
And we've done Flow Sports before. In fact, just the other day I was looking at some of the old stuff that we did down in Kentucky.
reminiscing.
State. Yeah, some of the because I have all those games. I just can't put them on the site. That's part of the agreement that we had when we did it. We did that. I think it was pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
The stuff down there, Kentucky State and Miles. And
I think you did a lot of stuff COVID, but we didn't.
But anyway.
That fly is just.
I know that fly.
Oh, yeah, day.
He's been taking
It was one
turns.
fly. And it was
He's an equal opportunity. He's been hitting us all.
Yeah.
He comes over here to me, and then he goes over and hits you guys. It's Joe's pet.
Where does
It
flies
must be.
normally hang? I haven't seen one around me, but where does flies usually hang around?
Right around Joe.
Yeah.
Around,
Yeah,
they're always around Rick.
Because Joe's.
I don't know if this one likes me awful well. Get out of
Oh,
here.
there he is.
Maybe it's your.
Aftershave lotion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might be.
Something like that.
So,
Anybody have any birthdays?
I didn't.
I had one
noticed
this
that
year.
JJ Marie,
I had one.
JJ Marie
Just
had
one.
a birthday today. And a friend of mine, Greg Henning, up in Columbus, he has a birthday today. You guys have any?
Nope.
I don't.
I don't.
Don't we have any friends?
No.
I don't.
Joe's checking.
I'm
Joe's
trying to check to see if. What gets me is I'll go 3 days with nothing. Then all of a sudden I'll get happy birthday in there. It's like 3 days ago. It's like,
Yeah, Facebook can be funny about that.
wait a minute. I got 4 of them here.
Oh, wow.
Susan Combs, who I went to high school with.
Right?
Happy birthday, Susan. She lives in Sabina. Doug Stalen. It's his birthday today. He's a wrestling coach at East Clinton. Used to play sand volleyball, or may still. I don't do it out there anymore. Donna Nottingham, who used to date my deceased son. And Tanya Sandlin. It's her birthday today. Tom Ferris, it's his birthday today. Used to be a county sheriff here in town.
How could he be a county sheriff in town?
He lived in town. He was a county sheriff. How's that?
Oh, they let him do that?
Deb Newkirk, and she lives up in Dayton somewhere or something. Friend of Mike Newkirk, a friend of mine, was married to her. And that's the birthdays I have. Recently, we had Jordan Gamble, Susan Beam, and tomorrow is Melody Oder's birthday from East Clinton area.
So now what are you going to do?
No, I take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know, all tomorrow's
I do
birthdays.
have one. Gloria Robinette.
Hey, Vicki. Good morning. Yeah.
So I had some birthdays for you.
I don't have any other birthdays. And I hear from the girls, like from our Let's Get Personal group, that when you are on Facebook and you see these people where it says people you may know,
Right.
those are people that have looked at your profile recently, and they show up under people you may know.
So they're checking you out.
I guess that's what they're saying, and I look at some of these people, and I'm thinking, I can't imagine them looking at my profile for some reason.
I know.
But
Well, sometimes it's just somebody that it's like if Rick's been friends with somebody talking to them, and I've been talking to the same person, then it may say, "Hey, Rick may be a friend of you may want to."
well, I noticed that my ex-wife's little sister. She's like,
Which ex-wife?
Here's the last one, Sydney. Her little sister's picture was coming up on people that I may know, and I'm thinking, why would I be getting her on that feed? And so then Tay Newport, one of our girls on Let's Get Personal, she was saying, oh, that means that Sydney is probably spying on you using her little sister's profile
Profile to see what you're up
see
to.
what you're up to, so that you don't see that. I don't know if that's true or not. But, anyway.
Vicky, yes, we are only on YouTube.
Yeah, now we are on Facebook, but I don't post on Facebook till after. And the reason is it's no longer a Facebook Live when I repost it, so it won't get deleted in 30 days. If we just did a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live, YouTube doesn't delete after 30 days, but Facebook does. So these are some of the problems with, and I don't know why Facebook is doing that as far as deleting after 30 days, just the lives, because, you know, when we have advertisers, their ads, you know, they get deleted right along with that. And the other thing is your numbers that you accumulate.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we don't get paid for the volume, but some people get paid for, you know, the interactions and the volume of their Facebook feeds. And I'm wondering if maybe they're saving money by deleting those, because
Probably.
if they delete them after 30 days, no longer do they have to pay.
No longer it's been able to be seen.
Into their figures, I guess. I don't know. But it's kind of a ridiculous thing for them to do. They say that it's because they can't store all that video, and I'm thinking, well, you could before, why can't you now?
Yeah. As big as
Look
they
at
are.
YouTube, I mean, YouTube's got, of course, YouTube actually, I think they have like a YouTube channel where you can subscribe to it, can't you?
Yeah.
And that includes like sports and other stuff. So.
And YouTube TV and
Exactly.
yeah.
And of course, even with our feeds, you can still get those on your smart TV if you've got the YouTube app on your smart TV. You can watch it, you know, on the full television rather than just
On the phone.
Hey, we were talking
You imagine
about.
seeing this show on the big screen?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
we were talking about Kings Island and rides, and I've well, for a while I was taking my one son to Pigeon Forge area, my one grandson, excuse me, after his dad got killed, and we were doing something every year, and then my other grandkids were saying, hey, how come we can't go along? So I didn't take him one year and took them, but I was going to Pigeon Forge and then end up riding these, what they call the mountain coasters. They're little...
Oh, a single sled.
A single sled down the mountains. And it like cranks you up, crank, like a roller coaster. And then once you're at the top, then it's gravity, and you come down the mountain on these around the curves, and you can make it as slow as you want or as fast as you want. The little kids.
This was Kings Island?
No, Pigeon Forge. And they go down real. They go down 90 miles. In fact, I took one grandson with me because he was scared. I've never rode this before, so he rode with me. After he got done, he goes, I'm riding by myself, Grandpa. You're too slow. I go, well, I'm tall, and I go around those curves. I'm not like short like you guys are. And but anyway, they've got these mountain coasters. Well, they just built a new one down at Pigeon Forge this year. It's called the Racer, and they've got two mountain coasters. They go up, and then they crank, and then they come down, and you can.
They're side by side.
They're side by side, but if one goes faster around the curve, he can beat the other one down.
Side by side, but they're still independent.
And it's like 10. They're independent, yes, and they can. The ride lasts about 10 minutes. It said. So from the time you get on till the time you get back off.
That's a long ride.
Yeah. And they said, but it's a racer where you're in your own thing, but you're being cranked up, and then when it comes, you go at your own speed. So if you want to take that curve, but I think the top speed is 30 mile an hour, but you feel like you're going 65, I tell you.
Control your speed, though. Do they only have two of them at the same time on the track?
Yes.
That's what I...
Well, they're spaced enough that you're not going to run into anybody else.
Run into the back.
But there is things that says you can, do not, if you're on there and you're coming up on somebody that's already on there, maybe you've been going really slow, you've got to hit the brakes and
I can remember
slow
when I
down.
was younger, one of the favorite rides were riding the go-karts.
Oh, yeah.
And they would always get upset because some people would get in those go-karts and they would go slow and they'd block the other cars. And so you'd get some guy that was operating the ride, he'd run out there and jump on their car.
And do the foot pedal. And
do the foot pedal and speed him up or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you.
Well, why don't we take a break? It's 5:55. Joe, you said you had some more game today?
I have another game we can play.
Okay, so we're going to have to figure out who plays who, or
I can't play. I'm reading it, so I like this part.
We know Vicky is online, but
I don't have to worry about being
Michelle was online.
Steve's partner
earlier.
now.
I don't know whether it'd be like men against the women or whatever, but let's take a break. We'll be back.
Welcome to downtown Wilmington, Ohio, the place to be. Experience something new with your family and friends in this vibrant and family-friendly historic district. When it comes to dining, shopping, and entertainment, downtown Wilmington has it all. From quick bites to high-end diners, we have a variety of food options to satisfy your taste buds. Explore our artisan boutique shops, jewelers, and florists for unique finds. Pamper yourself with soothing spa treatments, rejuvenating massages, and stylish haircuts at our top-notch studios. Dive into the world of art with our captivating galleries. And catch a show at the historic Murphy Theater, featuring awe-inspiring performances and cultural events. Immerse yourself in history by visiting our iconic landmarks, such as the Murphy Theater, historic General Denver Hotel, our Cultural History Center, and beautifully preserved historic architecture. Throughout the year, Main Street Wilmington hosts a variety of exciting events that embody the spirit of our town. From the Hometown Holodazzle Illuminated Parade to the family-friendly Halloween event and our lively wine walk, there's always something fun happening. Additionally, the Convention and Visitors Bureau presents a summer concert series featuring the annual Rock the Block, and we also have our weekly farmers markets. We boast a designated outdoor refreshment area where you can purchase alcoholic beverages and carry them as you explore the town. So what are you waiting for? Plan your next weekend getaway in downtown Wilmington. Head over to mainstreetwilmington.com for all the latest updates on events, dining, shopping, and entertainment. Downtown Wilmington, Ohio is the place to be. We extend our gratitude to Ralph's American Grill, World Equestrian Center, and R&L Carriers for their sponsorship that supported the creation of this video.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
The final resting place haunted junkyard is located at 988 Polk Road in Sabina, Ohio. Our hours of operation are 8 to 12 of midnight Friday and Saturday nights through the month of October. Our opening weekend is the last weekend of September.
Hey, back better
And
than ever,
live
louder
from the
than
Murphy
ever. Without
Theater,
our-
this is Joe the
and
Voice,
I can take out my
Campus
earplug.
Nation. They're talking over me while I'm talking out here, trying to see how the echo effect will affect
He's a loose
having
cannon.
the show out here.
Yeah, lock the door, Jerry.
Well, you don't have a lock on that door. I've got the key.
Well, you guys,
Shoot, he came in the
I
other one.
snuck in the other way. Ha ha ha! Faked you guys out. All right, now you can hear that later, Rick.
Michelle likes the commercial, and Michelle is online. So we
Hey.
have at least 2 females online.
Hey.
Vicky and Michelle are online, so they could still play the game. But why don't we do some This Day in History?
Yeah.
Who's our This Day in History guy?
You want to do it?
You guys
I can start it off.
Back and forth.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go all the way back to 1779.
Well, that's Rick's birthday.
Yeah.
It
Well, no,
was
that's my
it
birthday
was
year.
the famous saying by John Paul Jones aboard the USS Bonhomme, Richard.
Give me liberty or give me
No, I have yet
I've
begun,
begun
to
to
fight.
fight.
No.
Yep.
So yes,
Pass the beer.
pass the beer and head it on.
Go back just a little farther, Rick, to 1642.
Oh, wow.
The first commencement at Harvard College
Oh,
in Cambridge, Massachusetts was held.
Joe graduated that year.
yeah.
Was you? How many was in your class?
About
3.
3.
No, there was 9 in there.
9. I can't remember.
The class of 9.
Let's go to 1875. Billy the Kid is arrested for the first time and jailed after receiving clothing stolen from a Chinese laundry.
Yeah.
But he escapes 2 days later. So it must have been he must have been hanging out with Bernie and Andy. 2 days later, and he's on the run.
In 1780, John Andre, a British spy, was captured with papers revealing that Benedict Arnold was going to surrender West Point, New York, to the British.
Ooh. Jump ahead a little bit to 1914. The Cincinnati Reds dropped their 19th consecutive ball game before winning the next one against at that time, the Boston Braves.
I want to jump back in the way back and go back to 1845. And the Knickerbockers Baseball
Yes.
Club of New York was formed by Alexander Joy Cartwright. It was the first baseball team in America.
Before the Reds?
I was going to say.
Yeah, they always say the Reds were the first. Well, unless the Reds were the first
the Reds were
paid
the first professional
professional.
sports franchise.
Yes.
So they were the first team, because they played baseball for years out in those little sand lots or out in the grass areas.
Yeah.
But
This was the
This
first
was the first
organized.
professional,
This
yeah.
was the first
Yeah.
organized baseball club.
And I sort of liked it that they developed their own rule book called the Rule Book of Knickerbockers.
Yes.
It was crazy.
Yes.
1952, since Rick was talking about paid per view. 1952 is the first closed circuit TV paid event.
Was that the Playboy Channel?
Who knows? Who knows? 1962, ABC airs its first color TV series, The Jetsons,
the Jetsons.
Jets.
which gave us our teleport, which, back then, you had the FaceTime and the flying cars. So, they predicted the future a little bit too, just like a few of the other TV shows and cartoons that are way before the adults did. Yes.
I saw.
Oh, actually, I think that the Flintstones were actually
They were-
supposed to be an adult cartoon.
It's- Yeah, they were actually the first one that showed a husband and wife in the same bed,
Yes.
which was weird.
That was the Flintstones.
Yes.
Yep. I remember that.
Did they have their clothes on?
At least their socks.
Their socks.
What you got, Cheer Bear? Which besides the Jetsons play tune.
Yeah, I was trying to get back to
You're trying to
YouTube.
get back, all right.
YouTube.
Oh yeah.
In 1846, astronomer John Gottfried Gale discovered the planet Neptune. And in 1930, flashbulbs were patented by Jonas Ostermeyer.
Jonas Ostermeyer.
Oscar Mayer.
Was that like Oscar Mayer Wieners?
No, not Ostermeyer. Ostermeyer.
Back in 1949, President Truman announces evidence that the USSR had their first nuclear detonation.
Let's see. In 1951, that was a good year. In 1951, the first transcontinental telecast was received on the West Coast. The show was Crusade for Freedom. It was broadcast by CBS TV from New York.
So was that the year you were born, Jerry?
Yes, it was.
51?
Yes, it was.
1969, since he just passed away, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, directed by George Roy Hill and starring Newman and Robert Redford, premieres at the Roger Sherman Theater in New Haven, Connecticut. And my favorite Redford movie still is The Natural.
Good movie.
Yes, it is. Very good movie.
That it, Jerry?
Yeah, pretty much.
I got two last ones here. 1994, the movie Shawshank Redemption airs in 33 movie theaters. It was a complete bust. The opening weekend was $727,327. It cost $25 million to make, but after it received all the acclaimed awards and Emmy or all the awards and stuff, they re-released it in '95, and it added another $10 million to the coffers. So between tapes, TV shows, and everything now, it's made well over $100 million. That show.
Wow.
When they released it,
yes.
Did they like add a couple outtakes?
No.
Or anything to change it a little bit or anything?
Nope. It was.
Some places do that. They'll put a show out after it's been out 5 years, and and things that they cut said, we don't have time for this. We're going to cut this.
Right.
They throw them back in and makes it look a little different.
I do enjoy watching it on International Film Channel because they don't cut nothing out as they do on AMC and BBC or whatever. But if the International Film Channel, you get the
So
whole
everything that's on the cutting room floor is in the movie when they play it on that.
on the International Film Channel. Yes, and then one last one.
Well, I got a question for you guys.
Yes,
What year do you think that Nintendo was founded? This is the company Nintendo.
1894.
Oh, you're close.
Nintendo 18.
1961.
Oh, that's way too.
No,
I was going to say.
Rick's close.
What did he say? 18.
1894. I was going to say that's 1904 is what I was going to
I was going to say 1910.
1889.
18.
It was founded, and they made these playing cards. That was it's Hanafuda
Hanafuda?
cards.
Oh yeah, you had some of those.
Yeah.
And they were like playing cards. Just they were real
Tell me
colorful,
about 'em.
hand painted. And they were a little smaller, and they didn't get into electronics until
So they were like collector's cards and stuff like that, like you see with baseball cards and stuff. Only it was Hanafuda or whatever it was called.
yeah, they played games with these cards. When I looked it up, they actually played games
Kevin
with these
and
cards.
Vicky had it, 1889.
And yeah, and then they didn't till the 70s when they came into the electronics.
And my last one is everybody's favorite crime show, 2003 NCIS premieres with Harmon,
Ooh, yeah.
Michael Wedlergy, Polly Peretz, I guess how you pronounce that.
yeah.
And
There's still a version of that going on today. isn't
yes, yeah, it's not as good. To me, it's not as good as the first 10 years when you had Ziva, Tony,
Right.
and that whole crew was pretty good. The newer one is all right. It's just still not as good as the old one.
It's not as funny or it's not as.
Right. It's
More serious, I think.
to me, it reminds me like how long Law and Order's been on. And now the SUV and a couple of the other Law and Order spinoffs. So Law and Order's been on for like 24 years now or something like that. So it's been a long time. So times have changed a little bit, but
Gunsmoke.
I still watch. Yeah, it's their 75th anniversary for Gunsmoke because
Well, Gunsmoke was actually on the air, about 12 years?
20.
Which at the time was the longest
Oh,
running
right.
series.
20 years.
yeah, because AMC or not AMC, MeTV's doing a big thing about Gunsmoke on their show this year for their anniversary. So
Started early 1950s and went to 1970s before they cut it.
Yeah, that was my grandmother's favorite show on television, Gunsmoke. She had to see Gunsmoke.
Still running.
yep. And whoever thought? I mean, I remember they were interviewing Andy from Randy Griffith, and they asked him, did he ever thought this show would run this long? He goes, no. And he goes, if I'd known that, he says, I would not have smoked on air. If I had known that it would still be prevalent today's society, people are still watching my show.
You mean because of the way things have
Changed,
changed?
yes. You did a couple of the episodes where he was smoking in bed and stuff like that. So it was just, he said, if you know it's going to be this long running and still this popular, he would not have smoked at
He
all
only did it
on
like
air.
3 or 4 times, but yeah, it's
There
very
was like
memorable.
six
that many?
episodes he was smoking.
In most cases, I think the states regulate smoking, like in restaurants and bars. I wonder, because I know in Ohio there's no smoking. And in fact, when I had Samuel Walker's next door, the first year that we were open, you could smoke, because I can remember putting out the ashtray.
Right? Yeah.
And but then the second year is when they eliminated.
Somebody's pulling on our door. The big doors. That might be our guest. So, but yeah, oh yeah, I remember those days.
that's
It was
her.
crazy. Next one down there, young lady.
Well, 1980. This is something about Bob Marley, because I like Bob Marley.
Oh, the reggae.
Yeah, on September 23rd, 1980, reggae legend Bob Marley performed his final concert at the Stanley Theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. At that time, Marley was battling cancer, which had been diagnosed in 1977. Despite his illness, he continued to tour, driven by his passion for the music and his desire to spread the messages of peace, love, and social justice. The concert in Pittsburgh was part of the Uprising tour, promoting his album Uprising. Marley's final performance was marked by his powerful stage presence and his commitment to his music and message, even in the face of severe illness. He passed away May 11th, 1981, but his music and legacy continue to resonate worldwide.
Yep.
You guys having fun over there?
Yeah. Are you guys having fun up there?
Yes,
yeah.
always.
You want to bring our guest on?
Yep.
All right. We'll put her in a hot seat.
Sure.
Yep. Slide on in there beside Jer Bear.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta
Thanks
make
for
sure you
having
got
me.
batteries in.
Oh yeah, here, give her my mic.
Oh, I,
Oh, I get a mic and everything.
batteries.
I'm Jerry. This is Joe. And Rick down the end
Jerry,
there.
That guy-
Joe,
Joe.
and Rick.
The fat guy in the chair.
My middle name's Joe.
hey.
J.O. Well, how are you guys?
Doing good for a Tuesday after all the rain.
Yeah.
And we got more rain coming tonight.
Oh, jeez.
Tonight and tomorrow morning.
I don't keep up with it because it changes so much, so I don't even pay attention to it.
Stick your head out the door, it changes.
Yes.
Especially in Ohio, yeah.
All right. This is Mariah Barber.
Yes, that's
All
correct.
right. And you're, let's see, you're with,
See what you got on me.
well, let's see what we got here.
See, I can help you out if you need.
Yeah, why don't you?
She knows more about her than you do.
I know
I'll
more
say,
about
'cause-
myself.
Well, you're a licensed insurance agent
I am.
with Financial Freedom.
Yes.
Okay.
How long
And
you been doing that?
Almost 3 years now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I work with an agency. So I'm an independent agent working with, my agency is called the Miliari Group. Really similar to, a real estate agent working with Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, same kind of
Okay.
business model and structure that real estate agents have. But yeah, I have my life and health insurance license. And then I also work with a team of professionals in all different areas, whether it be securities or mortgages or debt specialists or
And where are you from originally?
I'm originally from here.
Okay.
Yep. Born and raised.
Barber, I was wondering.
Okay, yeah. Well, born and raised in Clinton County, and then I went to Clinton, Massey all my 13 years. Went to college
We're
down
sorry
at
about that, but go ahead.
went to college down at Mount St. Joe in Cincinnati.
Up on a hill.
Yep. Played college soccer there. Originally went to school for teaching. Didn't really know what I wanted to do when graduated high school. It's kind of a hard decision.
Oh,
at
it is
18
for
years old.
everybody.
But ultimately, I knew I wanted to be a mom. So I figured, well, I'll do something where I'll be in school when my kids are in school and I'll be off when they're off. So I was like, I'll be a teacher. And then I taught over at King's School District. You guys
Okay.
familiar with King's? Taught preschool there for a few years. Then I also worked at Solutions here in town as a mental health consultant with early childhood education. So
Got all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Mental health, when you said, I was looking to see if Rick was ever.
It was ages 0 to 6,
She
so
couldn't reveal that.
not in the right
No,
time
yeah.
frame.
HIPAA.
Yes. Perfect.
Yep. And then once my husband and I started a family, I wanted to stay home with the kids and stayed home for about a year and a half, just living on one income. And kind of just seemed like we were dipping into our savings to get by, to pay
yeah.
bills. And obviously that wasn't ideal. We wanted something where I could supplement an income, but also not have to have childcare, like depend on anybody else. I could still be with the kids, and took me a while to find something because I was being very picky about that. I wanted to work remote and all that stuff. But a friend I went to college with was working with this agency, and he was also in construction like my husband is, and his wife, who I also knew, she was a stay-at-home mom. And I just learned a lot about their story. They were getting to stay home with their kids, and he had built a business and transitioned out of construction. And as little as 9 months, he's replaced his income going full time here. So I was kind of like, all right, well, I know you guys. I trust you guys. Tell me more. Let's do it. And so, yeah, it's been almost 3 years now, and really just love the whole idea of owning my own business, building something up to where, you know, it can go wherever I want to take it. There's no really limit to anything, and, you know, I don't have to call to a boss or have a set schedule. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And so you do financial advising too.
Yes. So I call myself a financial strategist because I work in many different areas. So I'm really getting a picture of what everybody has in place and kind of fill the holes in their boat, anything they might be missing, anything that's bleeding out, or so there's kind of a lot of different areas that we specialize in.
And there was a note here about a 6-step plan.
Yes. Yeah. So the first thing we do is we teach financial education. There's a huge lack for that in our country.
They need to teach that in the schools.
Yeah, I mean, I think I learned how to write a check in high school, and I use that once a week when I tithe. That's about it. So nothing that really helps me long term. But a lot of people don't have any financial education unless they had some kind of mentor, or it was something that was self-taught, or they just learned through experience. So can you guys relate to that? Did you learn anything about finance in schools that you remember?
No. No, it was
a little bit.
You got out of high school and you were thrown to the wolves.
Yeah.
And learn on your own. If your unless your parents, like you said, unless your parents or a grandparent showed you the ropes and how to take care of stuff.
Yeah.
Then no.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I remember taking at East Clinton, we was in our class. We took, our class actually bought. Well, we were going to buy, and then they told us we couldn't. But stocks. But we got the paper out, and then we pretended. Okay, we're 6 of us or something. We're buying this stock. We're buying this stock, and then for the next 2 months, you watched your stock. Who brought the best stock, but learn us to read the paper and know if stocks go up or down, and learn what the best thing to buy was or whatever. And so we learned a little bit about that. So that was something we learned.
I think I remember maybe doing something like that, but I know when I was in high school I wasn't taking that seriously.
No, right? Yeah, I think my junior year, our history class did something like that, and then you walked in one day, and it was when the stock market collapsed. Mr. Williams
hit 1936. Whatever.
When you're
so Mr. Williams in high school, he would hit that button, and then it was like all chaos went bananas.
So Vicky says her grandson's taking personal finance classes in college.
Yeah.
Because he had none of that in school.
Yeah.
So people watching can.
Yeah, and that's a generational issue too. Like my parents helped me and guided me through everything, and they're pretty educated as well, but mainly it was kind of just stay out of debt and like don't rack up a credit card. And I got my first big girl job. I got my packet of employee benefits and the 401k, and I took it to my dad and I was like, can you translate this for me? Like I have no idea what any of it means. So
well, when you're younger, when you're in school, even college, you're not thinking about retiring.
No.
You're not thinking about.
You're thinking about what's in the moment,
and you don't know what some of the advantages are of the employer. Some of the things they might offer, and I can remember back, I was dumb, and I didn't take the first time I had a chance to take the 401k, I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm putting money
Well,
in that.
when Airborne broke out their 401k, if you signed up within a week or two, you were automatically 100% invested. After that, new hires took 5 years to be invested because you got invested 20% each year of the company money, not your money, but what the company was contributing.
Right.
So it took you 5 years to be invested with what the company.
Yeah.
First year they invested 20% of what
Yeah.
you did. The next year was 40.
Right,
and
yeah. But
on
if
up.
you did it that week
Yeah.
or two, then you were 100% invested. And back
Well, and a lot
then,
of people just aren't educated on 401ks
Yeah.
in general. They were actually designed not to be the entire retirement plan for people. They were designed as a supplement to, Social Security and things like that. But now we're living a lot longer.
oh yeah,
So there's other things that people need to have in place. I've spoken with many people where, I'll pull out some tools and crunch the numbers for them. And after taxes and inflation, they're not anywhere close to where they're going to be in retirement. And in their mind, they're thinking, well, I'm contributing to my 401k. I'm getting that match. I'm going to be in a good spot. And, they might have a rude awakening
Yeah,
when they
and
see
then-
all that.
if your company matches, you always want to put in the maximum amount that they will match, if not more, just to get that full benefit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will, I'll do 2% where they'll match you up to 5 or 6%, 7%. So you need to take that full benefit of matching
Yeah.
the full benefit that the company will match for you, and even put a few extra bucks above that.
Yeah. So a lot of what I do is, tell people to take advantage of their company match, like you're
Yes.
saying. But if you have any investments that you're contributing above the company match, putting it in different strategies just to have diversification of your portfolio. Because typically people just have their bank account, so they have the checking and savings where you're earning that flat rate, and the banks give you on average a 0.5% rate of return.
Yeah.
That's like the top banks in our country. And then inflation is about a 2 to 3% each year. So if you want to look at it that way, you're technically losing money in those accounts.
And like you said earlier, if you're 25 years old, 30 years old, even 35 years old, and you start talking to people about, hey, start this, but it'll help you in your retirement, they're like, but if I put that money in now, I won't be able to go to the Reds game, and I won't be able to do that. And
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah,
want-
Vicky Kendall said here
Younger
that this.
people, it's really hard nowadays
Oh,
with the way things are in the job market. But what would you suggest to younger folks that
wow.
how
Yeah, so-
the best way
Yeah.
for them to try to set something aside to get into? If they're not offered a 401k, and they're not offered any kind of retirement, what would be your suggestion for younger to try to at least do something?
Yeah, and it just depends on everybody's situation, depending on obviously their income and their expenses. If they have life insurance, we always, have a method that we calculate that out. And then also if they have anything that's implicated with taxes too. So we always try and get some type of tax advantage strategy. But there are so many different variations of investments, and a lot of people just think you put your money in the stock market, which that can be great, but that money's very unpredictable.
I lost a ton.
And yeah, did you guys have some type of experience back in like 2008?
I lost a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
oh yeah. When everything bit the bullet in 8 and 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, when you're young, you can be a little bit more risky and
Right.
play that out. But closer to retirement, or even in retirement,
You want a safe,
you want
stable.
protection, but you also want that money to keep growing. Have you guys ever heard of index accounts before?
Heard of, not really familiar with it.
There are like indexes you can invest in. So the S&P 500, NASDAQ, Dow
Oh,
Jones,
okay.
those are all indexes. They're groups of companies, but that can still be variable. So if you go on Fidelity or Vanguard, open up a Roth IRA, you invest in the S&P 500, and it crashes, you're still going to have that negative effect. But the index accounts are actually utilized through insurance companies. And instead of putting your money directly in the market, they keep it in their general account, and they mirror the performance of those indexes. So if the S&P 500, goes up 10% one year, you're credited the gains. You're only credited once a year. Those 401ks go up and down every day. You're credited those gains, and then they're then locked in and protected from loss. So the next year, it will just basically reset, but your gain will be off of what you gained the year before.
Right.
So even if the S&P goes negative, since the insurance companies didn't put your money directly in the market, you don't lose anything in these policies. And that's another thing that has changed drastically in the last 20, 30, 40 years is insurance policies and the way they're structured and designed. It used to be term life or whole life, and those were kind of the options. But now there are many options where you can use them, of course, for the insurance. That's the primary purpose. But also for wealth building strategies, living benefits, long-term care, things like that where, not only...
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, Bitcoin is something I've been trying to educate myself a little bit more on lately too.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, so that's what I would look at if, somebody didn't have anything, is to making sure that you're not going to lose anything, but also it depends on your age and what your goals are and everything else you have going on in your portfolio.
Yeah, if you're getting older, obviously your strategy's changed, but when you're younger and you've got kids, they enter into it, where you put the money to save for their college education.
Yes.
All that is things you have to think about.
Yeah, I have 4 children. My youngest is 7 months. She already has a retirement plan in place. She's already got $100,000 of life insurance coverage. And if her policy performs the way it has in the past 20 years, she's probably going to have about $2 million in there at age 65, tax-free.
Nice.
Yep. And that's just us putting $50 a month in. $50 a month per kid is what we implement. We like to do more, but when you have 4 kids, it's like, okay.
You gotta make sure everybody gets the even wealth. Yes.
Yeah, but she's gonna take over that policy, and these are how we design them for all of our kids. But she'll take it over at about age 23, so that's a good kind of transition in life, and then she'll bump it up to about $250 a month until she retires. And some of these policies are super flexible too. So if she
when I had my 3 kids, I'd have put in about $1.50 a kid.
Yeah. Times have changed, that's for sure. That's one of the other things is obviously cost of living has gone up so much, but our salaries aren't keeping up with that.
Right.
So always looking for ways to
Social
make more money.
Security doesn't keep up with anything.
Have you guys heard of the Rule of 72 before?
I've heard of it.
Rule of 72.
Remind me.
Yeah, it calculates compound interest. Have you heard of compound interest?
Compound interest, yeah.
Okay, so the Rule of 72 actually just calculates it. Albert Einstein created it. You take 72, you divide it by whatever interest rate you are earning or losing if you have a loan out, and that will tell you how many years it will take for your money to double.
Okay.
So if you're 29 years old, you guys are 29, right?
I wish, yes.
You get $10,000.
Once.
Yeah, you get $10,000 at age 29. With that 1%, you'll be 101 by the time you've doubled it to $20,000.
Joe, you're about there now.
Well, if you take 29 and 129, Rick's been here a couple times.
But if you get a 10% rate of return, 72 divided by 10, your money would double almost every 7 years.
Right.
So that same $10,000 at age 29 could turn into about $320,000 at the average retirement age of 65. So that right there, typically when people see it, they're like, wow, I've never thought of it that way. There are benefits to the bank. You can access your money, and it's safe. But if you want to grow your money, it's not a good option.
You gotta risk it.
Yeah. And if you look at the fine print for banks, if there is a bank closure, you're insured up to $250,000,
Right.
But that can take years and years and years to get that back if there was a bank closure. Pretty unpredictable times we live in.
Yeah.
How do you feel about annuities?
I love annuities. That's another thing that has changed a lot since the 80s, early 90s. They're so flexible. There's so many different types of annuities that you can have. But there are strategies that I've put in place for many of my clients where you have guaranteed income for life. So you're never outliving your money. That's a huge issue that people have now. We're living until our 90s. That's a whole lifetime. And you worked, 30 years. You want to make sure that money lasts. So guaranteed income for life. And then it works as a life insurance policy too. And you're never going to lose any money in those accounts, protected and still growing.
I wasn't living into your 90s, Rick.
I don't know. I haven't been there yet.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So, all right, let's take a break real quick. We'll come back and 9:30. We'll be back just a minute.
Okay.
Welcome to downtown Wilmington, Ohio, the place to be. Experience something new with your family and friends in this vibrant and family-friendly historic district. When it comes to dining, shopping, and entertainment, downtown Wilmington has it all. From quick bites to high-end diners, we have a variety of food options to satisfy your taste buds. Explore our artisan boutique shops, jewelers, and florists for unique finds. Pamper yourself with soothing spa treatments, rejuvenating massages, and stylish haircuts at our top-notch studios. Dive into the world of art with our captivating galleries, and catch a show at the historic Murphy Theater featuring awe-inspiring performances and cultural events. Immerse yourself in history by visiting our iconic landmarks, such as the Murphy Theater, historic General Denver Hotel, our Cultural History Center, and beautifully preserved historic architecture. Throughout the year, Main Street Wilmington hosts a variety of exciting events that embody the spirit of our town. From the Hometown Holodazzle Illuminated Parade to the family-friendly Halloween event and our lively wine walk, there's always something fun happening. Additionally, the Convention and Visitors Bureau presents a summer concert series featuring the annual Rock the Block, and we also have our weekly farmers market. We boast a designated outdoor refreshment area where you can purchase alcoholic beverages and carry them as you explore the town. So what are you waiting for? Plan your next weekend getaway in downtown Wilmington. Head over to mainstreetwilmington.com for all the latest updates on events, dining, shopping, and entertainment. Downtown Wilmington, Ohio is the place to be. We extend our gratitude to Ralph's American Grill, World Equestrian Center, and R&L Carriers.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. The perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
The final resting place haunted junkyard is located at 988 Polk Road in Sabina, Ohio. Our hours of operation are 8 to 12 or midnight Friday and Saturday nights through the month of October. Our opening weekend is the last weekend of September.
1 minute.
We've got about another
Half an hour.
90 seconds.
Joe?
You want me to do it?
Go ahead, Joe. Joe's wanting to do it. He's chomping at the bit.
Car Express, keep moving. 740-248-5300. Troy Bach. Go buy your used car from Troy. Got some nice vehicles on the lot. And I tell you what, if you see one you drive by, you better get back because he moves them quick. And but if you pull in and he doesn't have the one you're really looking for, tell him what you're looking for. He'll get it for you.
There you go. All right, we're back. So we were going into talking about the 6-step financial needs analysis that I do. So typically after the education piece, people are like, okay, tell me more. That knowledge isn't going to do you any good if you just learn it and continue on, right? You got to actually apply knowledge.
Apply
or it's just
knowledge
gonna be
to it, yes.
a mumbled mess in your brain. But the first thing we look at is pretty simple, your cash flow. So how much money are you earning? How much money are you spending? Just so many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and they don't really have a good idea of where their money is going, or even budgeting, managing those expenses. It's so easy just to swipe a credit card and think that you'll pay that back later. But we can get rid of subscriptions that people aren't using. A lot of times people sign up for those free trials. They don't cancel them. They're paying for it. They don't realize. Or we can shop out different options for car insurance, homeowners insurance. People have pet insurance, commercial insurance, anything on that side of the industry. I work with a company. Their name is Bolt. And they work with about 100 other companies where they will look at your policy, look at how much you're paying, and shop it out with other companies, which is really great. Typically when you need car insurance, people will call State Farm, you'll call Geico, you might call 2 or 3 places, but how long will it take you to call 100 companies to get different
exactly.
quotes? Yeah. So we used that. We moved into our old farmhouse. It's an 1880s farmhouse over
nice.
on New Burlington. We moved in there a little over 2 years ago.
New Burlington Road?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I used Bolt to shop out my homeowner's insurance. I thought, well, I had that bundle with Progressive, the home and auto. You feel like you're getting a pretty good deal
Right.
with those bundles. And ended up changing our homeowner's insurance policy, got out of the bundle, stayed with Progressive for car insurance. They couldn't really beat that. But switching that homeowner's insurance policy saved us $1,500 a year.
Mm.
Yeah, and then that's a couple. Yeah, like
Yes.
100, $200 a month that you can use elsewhere or keep in your pocket. So little things like that can really add up, and that's what we really have to look at with your average American. It's just making use of every dollar,
Yeah.
finding everything that has a good home for itself. So that's number one. Number two is your emergency fund. So typically,
A lot of people don't even have that.
Oh, yeah.
yes, yeah.
Is-
A lot of people, the average American can't even afford a $600 emergency without using a credit card. And that's really sad. A lot of that is not necessarily their fault, but a lot of it comes down to the education as well. So we teach them how to build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. And that's not something that happens overnight. It's something that we're adding into the whole 6-step plan. So we're teaching them how to build it up over time, but also putting your money where it's going to earn more than 0.5% from your average bank. Have you guys heard of high yield savings accounts before?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's 2025. You can pretty much do everything from your phone on an app now. But there is online banking strategies, and these banks don't have to pay for business expenses, overhead expenses. So, yeah, there's no brick and mortar buildings, which is fine by me. I usually transfer money on my app anyway. But they give you more. They give you about a 4 or 5% on average. So that's really great if you're saving up for a wedding or a down payment on a home, or just you have that money that you want to keep it sitting there, pretend like you don't have it. It's going to grow a lot quicker with that. So that was step number 2. Number 3 is debt management. A lot of people get stuck in debt, and they just are in a hole they can't really climb out of, especially with how high interest rates are and things like that. So I work with several different companies. We can consolidate and eliminate debts. We can also just create debt reduction plans, teach people how to pay off debt quicker. Had a client a few months ago. She had $80,000 in debt. We were able to cut it in half. So from 80 to 40, she was paying $1,200 a month just on her personal loans. And the plan that we went with, she's now paying $600 a month. So that freed up a lot of extra money. That freed up $600. I was able to get her a small life insurance coverage policy because she didn't have anything in place. We have her cell phones covered under our homeowners. I missed that.
The homeowner's policy, and she has 5 phones, pays $50 a year for her phones.
Wow.
That isn't too bad.
No, that's not bad at
Wow,
all.
yeah, that's really strategizing there. But yeah, I think debt is a really, really important topic as well. A lot of people have medical debt, unfortunate situations, or
Yeah.
just,
Tell me about that.
how often do you guys get a solicitation in the mail saying you're approved for a loan? And some people, younger people, or if they're not educated on it, they're like, oh, great,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm approved.
Yeah,
Let's
I've
go ahead
heard-
and take
Yeah.
this.
Or to get an increase in your credit limit,
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Yeah, absolutely.
and I see it on the credit cards that I use. I see it on there because I try to pay everything off every month,
Mhm.
and I see it on there. And I saw one the other day; it was 24%,
Yep.
and I'm like, holy crap!
Yep. And a lot of people don't even know. They don't even know what their interest rates are.
Right.
I
They
ask
they
people-
know they have the card, and that's all they.
Yep.
That's
ask
all they
people,
want.
What's your interest rate? Oh, I'll have to look it up.
I pay $5, payment, or I pay a $35 payment. That's
Yeah.
how much their payment is. That's what they know.
Yeah. So we teach people how to use credit cards too, because that can be really dangerous, and they can be utilized well if you are just paying it off and you're only spending what you have. But like for me, it just doesn't work out well. Like I'm just going to use a debit card so I know it's going to come straight out of my account. And to me, it's not really worth the small rewards that you get on a credit card. But we do teach people how to build credit and things like that too. So the debt was number 3. Number 4 is your proper protection. So that's essentially the life insurance piece. I have a method that I use to calculate insurable need. I think a lot of people just have life insurance through their employer. So number 1, it's employer tied, which means if you lose your job or you change careers, average person changes careers every 5 to 10 years. Obviously, those policies don't go with you. And
Rick
they
does that
typically
every 3 years, but
yeah. They typically give you a 1-year salary too for your coverage. That's just on average. So, it might be enough to pay for your funeral, but not enough to
Yeah.
sustain or help your family long term, pay off your debts. So I think about that pretty often with my husband and I. You know, he's our breadwinner. He makes most of the money in the family, but if something happened to him and I didn't have enough life insurance on him, I'd be moving to mom and dad. You know, I would have to change my whole life because you want to make sure that you're replacing the income too for couples and families.
If you're 25 and buying life insurance, and if you're 75 and buying life insurance, it's a different.
Completely different.
What you're wanting and needing out of that is different. But yeah, the younger person needs that life insurance.
Yep.
Whether it's a husband or wife, because anymore everybody's living off both salaries, and all of a sudden you lose one salary. It really puts you in a bind sometimes.
Absolutely.
You want to get your insurances younger because you can get that rate and keep it
Cheaper.
Yes,
Right.
Keep it locked in.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Yep. And I spoke a little bit earlier about living benefits. So there are policies where if you had a chronic, a critical, or a terminal illness, you can access a certain percentage of your policy to pay for medical expenses and loss of income. So that can be huge. You know, a lot of people think it's just death insurance, but GoFundMe raises about $600 million a year on average for people asking for help paying for final expenses. That's just asking for, you know, so-and-so passed away, help us pay for his funeral. You know, they raise a lot of money in that. And I know if something happened to me, I wouldn't want my husband or my mom asking strangers to help to put me in the ground, you know, not to get all dark or anything, but definitely important to think about. And then long-term care, 70% of people age 65 and over will need long-term care at some point, whether it's home health care, assisted living, ramps and guardrails in your home, like anything like that. They can be really cheap, especially when you're younger. Like I have just a long-term care rider attached to my policy, and it'll pay out $3,000 a month if I needed it. And
Rick's taking the stairs out of his house and putting a slide in. So
put a slide in. How are you going to get up?
I fell down
20 steps.
Oh,
2 weeks ago.
oh my
Still
goodness.
recovering.
Yeah, I bet.
10 steps and then crashing into a door.
Putting a hole in it with his head.
That happens in the blink of an eye too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what else to say about life? Oh, you can also combine them with wealth building strategies too. You know, like I've said, they've come a long way. So we can look at that. And then that's what step number 5 is building wealth, calculating your retirement. You know, like I said before, people are just putting money in their 401k. They think they'll be good, but we want to outpace inflation. Say somebody wants $10,000 a month in retirement and they're not going to retire 10 years until 10 years from now. That's going to look a whole lot different than it does today. So calculate that. And then, of course, the taxes that are going to happen as well. And just reducing the impact that can have. And then the 6th step, the last one, is preserving that wealth. So what happens after you're dead and gone, everything you've built up all these years, whether it's assets or your income. So things like wills and trusts. I work with a team of lawyers and attorneys that can, you know, work on preserving that wealth, do estate planning, anything on that side of the industry. So kind of just the middle person that can connect in many different areas, and it's all free. I don't charge anything to my clients. I'm partnered with almost 200 top-rated companies, and those are the companies that pay me commission. So say you were to go and get a long-term care policy through Nationwide. If you don't pay me anything for it, Nationwide will send me a commission, because without me, you know, Nationwide
They
wouldn't
don't
have
get the sell.
Yeah. Speaking of Nationwide, you guys are familiar with them and their commercials, their jingle, and Peyton Manning and all that.
Yeah.
We do over half the amount of business for
Peyton
Nationwide than Nationwide agents do. So add a lot of value to them, and they pay us pretty well. But top rated, all the companies I work with are A and above. So A plus, A plus plus. If they fall below that rating, we take them off our platform.
Okay.
So, you know, that right there can establish a lot of trust. Companies like Nationwide, Prudential, Pacific Life, Symetra, all different kinds of companies.
So out
there.
of all the things that you're in the insurance and the financial, what's your favorite thing to deal with? Your favorite thing that you enjoy doing a part of most?
Yeah, I really like, it just depends on what the pain point is. I like just focusing on someone's pain point. You know, if they're really struggling with debt, I want to get them out of that hole. Or if they are not anywhere near their retirement, I really want to focus on that. So I do really like the retirement planning because I like crunching those numbers and, you know, not to say shocking people, but really surprising people on where they're at. But it depends on, you know, where they're struggling. I just want people to feel a little more at ease. And being able to do all 6 areas in one plan can be really impactful. Because typically, to get all that help, you would have to talk to a lot of different people, whether it's a banker, an insurance agent, an attorney, a debt specialist. But with me and our plans, we can do it all. So, yeah.
All rolled into one big ball.
Yep. And it's all
Simple.
custom and free.
Yeah, simple and easy.
Yeah, and I really like just the education part of it. Is even if I'm going to recommend something to somebody, I'm going to. This fly will not leave.
Yeah, well, he's been bugging us all day.
The one fly, and Rick goes over and makes it come back over here.
What was I just saying? I lost it.
The fly.
She's ready to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about having everything all rolled into one big ball, and then just the aspect of teaching and teaching.
The education part of it. Yeah, if I'm going to recommend one specific product to somebody, I'm not just going to tell them like, hey, you need this. I'm going to actually show them how it works. Give them a presentation, show them their illustration, so they actually understand it. I've spoke with many people. They're like, oh, I have a financial advisor. And then once I get to asking questions and they start answering them, they don't know where their money is or how it's performing, or
They just leave it up to that one person. They might get one statement a year from them saying this is what you've got.
Exactly.
And you don't get a month to month or anything like that to actually show where your money's rolling into, how it's being.
Yes. Yeah.
How the economy's eating out of it.
And it might be a great plan, but that's a really important piece, is knowing where all your money is and what it's doing.
Yeah.
So, and then I typically meet with people every year. We do annual reviews, so we're going to take a look at everything. A lot can change in a year with people, so we can kind of change the plan from there, or add or take away things.
If you can go on to the YouTube there and with a show and put in how people could get in contact with you.
Yeah.
And so they'll know.
Yep, that'd be great. I shared your guys' Facebook page, got you some more followers.
Okay.
Yep. But I have a Facebook page called Financial Freedom, and I do a lot on not only Facebook but also Instagram and TikTok. You got to get on all the social media platforms. But a lot of my videos and things that I focus on are the education piece, just teaching people how to utilize your money, how to make more out of it, and then, of course, I do a lot of my meetings over Zoom, so I can connect with anybody in all 50 states, or I can meet with people in person too, which I think that depends on where people are at in life, what they prefer. But
Us old timers like in person.
Yeah,
The
and that's
young kids
totally
like
fine.
the Zoom, and us old folks want the personal touch.
Yep. So I have several agents on my team that I work with, to where I'm licensed personally in 13 states now, but we can connect with anybody anywhere. And that's what really our mission is, just to, make sure there's more financial education in our country.
Yeah.
And help anybody. I think a lot of financial advisors, that sometimes they won't even sit down with you if you don't have a certain amount of net worth or you can't afford it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, the big one now on television is the widow's tax, and then the tax that goes on to your children, and a few of the places, if you have $500,000 or more in your estate, then you're eligible for some kind of free gift or free prize. But there's not a whole lot of people that have $500,000 sitting in a portfolio account that they need to have looked at anyway.
yeah, and there's just a lot of bias depending on where you go and who you talk to. If you're gonna take your money and go into a bank and ask a banker what to do with your money, they're gonna want you to keep it in the bank.
They're going to worry about themselves.
Yeah, same with an insurance agent or a securities broker. They're only going to promote the area they're working in, and that's what I love about what we do is, there's no bias there, because I'm going to get paid either way, no matter what somebody does.
Right.
But it doesn't come out of their pocket. So.
Well, that's, I'll tell you what, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it's information that a lot of people need. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't make any difference what age you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of old school about things, and I know there's some things that I'm probably not doing right.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But
It's a slippery slope.
Oh yeah.
If you go one way or another, it could be a disaster.
Well, there's always areas for improvement, no matter who you are or where you're at. There's always something that can be
Yes.
better. Absolutely.
So we want her to go out and take a picture in front of the marquee. So I'm going to we're going to do a commercial break. Take
We're gonna go to break.
Snap some pictures.
All right.
Some pictures.
Welcome to downtown Wilmington, Ohio, the place to be. Experience something new with your family and friends in this vibrant and family-friendly historic district. When it comes to dining, shopping, and entertainment, downtown Wilmington has it all. From quick bites to high-end diners, we have a variety of food options to satisfy your taste buds. Explore our artisan boutique shops, jewelers, and florists for unique finds. Pamper yourself with soothing spa treatments, rejuvenating massages, and stylish haircuts at our top-notch studios. Dive into the world of art with our captivating galleries. And catch a show at the historic Murphy Theater, featuring awe-inspiring performances and cultural events. Immerse yourself in history by visiting our iconic landmarks, such as the Murphy Theater, historic General Denver Hotel, our Cultural History Center, and beautifully preserved historic architecture. Throughout the year, Main Street Wilmington hosts a variety of exciting events that embody the spirit of our town. From the Hometown Holodazzle Illuminated Parade to the family-friendly Halloween event and our lively wine walk, there's always something fun happening. Additionally, the Convention and Visitors Bureau presents a summer concert series featuring the annual Rock the Block, and we also have our weekly farmers markets. We boast a designated outdoor refreshment area where you can purchase alcoholic beverages and carry them as you explore the town. So what are you waiting for? Plan your next weekend getaway in downtown Wilmington. Head over to mainstreetwilmington.com for all the latest updates on events, dining, shopping, and entertainment. Downtown Wilmington, Ohio is the place to be. We extend our gratitude to Ralph's American Grill, World Equestrian Center, and R&L Carriers for their sponsorship that supported the creation of this video.
The final resting place haunted junkyard is located at 988 Polk Road in Sabina, Ohio. Our hours of operation are 8 to 12 on midnight Friday and Saturday nights through the month of October. Our opening weekend is the last weekend of September.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, the perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com, or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Aldi's coming in and stuff, and then this AI said, yeah, they're going to convert the Frisch's into a Crackle barrel. It's like, give me a break.
It was still the old empty Frisch's building when I was there the other day.
Oh, I know. It's going to be the empty Frisch's building for a while, just like ours, because Dolly's isn't coming to town.
Well,
I wish.
I've talked to some people that went to Dolly's, and if you go to Dolly's expecting,
It's very expensive.
And
well, if it was the Michigan version of Frisch's,
right.
But when when I've talked to a couple people who went there, and they said when you go in there and you're getting the hamburger or whatever, like the Big Burger, Big Chef, or whatever it was called,
Big Boy.
When you get that, it doesn't taste like a Big Boy.
Well, I think a lot of it's the sauces that they are using now at these Frisch's are not the same.
Right.
Dollars.
Right, and they said so if you go in there with the version of a Frisch's, you're going in with the wrong version.
You're going in, yeah.
Go in with a new restaurant and taste their sandwich for what their sandwich is, and you might like it. But if you're thinking Big Boy, they said you won't like it.
Nah, so I just
So do we have any last things that you want to wrap
Yes.
up here
Yeah.
before we...
close out for the day.
Yeah, I mean, I can touch on one more thing. If anybody's looking for just a business opportunity, my agency's definitely growing and expanding. And like I said, I've got 4 kids, so I'm just trying to keep up with everything. I'm always looking to bring good people in. I just brought in a new partner here that's local that I've known for a long time, a friend of mine. So we're on a mission to really focus on helping the community. I've been doing a lot, like you said, over Zoom. I've been connecting with people in all different states, which
You
is
need
great.
to tell people out there where to contact you to.
Yes.
If you want.
Well, she.
Yeah. So as far as the business opportunity, like I was saying with the income, it can kind of be a hit or miss depending on what people want to make out of it, depending on what they dedicate their time to, just similar to the real estate structure. But if anybody's interested in a remote work opportunity where it's super flexible, you schedule everything on your own time. You can look at my Facebook page. Financial Freedom is my Facebook page. You can reach out to me there. And then my contact information is also available on that Facebook page as well, my email
Those
and my phone
individuals
number.
would have to be licensed in order to sell.
Yes, you do have to be
Yes.
licensed, but my agency helps with that process. And it's super easy. I had no financial education at all when I started this opportunity, which was what really intrigued me. I wanted to learn more about it and to get my family in a better position as well. But it's stuff that everybody should know anyway. So
I don't know how easy the Ohio test is, but when I applied for my license in Texas, I cracked the book the night before and passed the test the next day.
there you go. There you go. We
Shows you
recommend
how easy it must be.
we recommend studying
Is that
for about
a-
2 to
is
3
that
weeks.
for a
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
insurance license?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's not that easy in the state of Ohio.
I never sold any health and that kind of. But
Yeah.
what we basically sold, because I became a general agent, so I had like 10 agents working for me. But it was more annuities. Back then, you could actually, because before that, they discouraged you against replacing whole life with term.
Yeah.
They didn't like that idea, but
A general agent, is that better than a colonel agent and a sergeant agent?
that's right. Yeah.
I think.
But I think the test doesn't really have a solid indication of what we do. You know, it's really kind of just one of those steps you have to have.
Yeah, you just have to
So
have
my husband, he's a blue collar redneck, I like to call him. He has no background in finance. He actually got his license a few months ago and passed the first time. So we have,
Yeah, I think it's easier
It's
now
doable.
than what it was.
yeah, and that's just a small part of the process. But you can start a business here for less than $500, which if you were to go and open a restaurant or something like that, you're looking at about $100,000. And typically when you start a business, you're not profitable for the first 5 years. With what I do, I was profitable after I helped my first client.
Wow.
Yeah, after I helped my first family. So it's a really good opportunity, and kind of the sky's the limit. And that's what I'm all about. I'm trying to get my husband out of his career. You know, he's breaking his back working in construction. I
yeah.
would like him to have some kind of freedom to where he can do what he wants. And, you know, I just think a lot about entrepreneurship and business ownership. I mean, think about Jeff Bezos, for example. He's a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever, but he has people that work for him that make minimum wage. Average salary of an Amazon worker is about $74,000, and he makes that in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and those people that make $74,000 a year are never going to make more money than him.
No,
Working
no.
for him. And the agent that I just brought on, you know, she can pass me up and run her own agency long before I do. So, you know, it's a really
Depends on
unique.
how hard she wants to work.
Absolutely, it's a really unique opportunity. Yeah. Any questions?
Well,
A lot to digest.
It is a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. And I can leave some business cards here too. I just ordered about 500 of them, so I plan to stop in some place around town if you guys have any recommendations of people that where you can leave business cards. But
Well, like the Kava House, the
Mhm.
coffee shop, and also probably Sheriff House,
yep,
Yeah.
and you know, restaurants.
yeah.
Blackbird. I don't know if the General Denver. They probably. I don't know whether they have anything.
I think a lot of people here are just
Business.
really open to hearing about local businesses and really supportive of
Yeah, we've
community
got a
and
lot
things
of
like
good
that.
Companies that actually are helping other companies be successful. That's
Yep.
what it's all about. You know?
Yep, I just joined the chambers about early this year, so hopefully you guys will be seeing some of my advertisements and things around town. But yep, like I said, on a mission to help Clinton County and anybody else that needs it.
we're really glad you came in.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you guys for having me.
Who do we have coming in tomorrow?
We have, I think Tom Breckle's going to be in.
Oh, that's right.
Emergency management.
And then we have a
Mr.
a
Diet
lady
Coke.
coming from the Highland Humane Society.
She's bringing
good.
a small dog.
She's going to bring a
with her,
small dog with her.
Aw.
like 2.5 pounds.
That's a cat.
Huh? Yeah.
I know it's a cat. Yeah.
Probably a Dalmatian.
Well, that'll bring people to tune in if it's a puppy.
Unfortunately, Joe will be back.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe keeps turning up. I don't know. Why.
Yeah, we gotta.
I'm not going to be doing this forever and ever and ever, people. No, I'm
I
just
said
giving you a
that.
taste.
He's here for the jokes.
I said that.
All right. Well, everybody.
Yes.
Awesome.
Have a good day.
Have a
Yes,
good
thank you
day.
guys.
See y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Hope we woke you up.